Hey, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you all. I was worried about 9 a.m., but it's almost full house, so that's great. I'm Avi Aftandel. I essentially lead creator success and content partnerships efforts here at Fab. Originally, I have led Sketchfab content marketplace for 7 years. And today we are going to focus on how to monetize your content with Fab. Fab is coming mid-October, and we are going to dive into few areas. So first of all, what is Fab? Because some people still ask me, what is Fab? Good question. Why you should consider selling content on Fab. How to get started today with easy steps. What does path to success entail? And then we're going to open for some Q&A at the end. Hopefully we can have at least 15 minutes for that. Would love to hear your questions. So without further ado, what is Fab? Fab is a essentially creator ecosystem that's expanding. It's expanding since the cavemen started painting in the caves, and it's come to a long way. Now we have Unreal, we build amazing stuff, but with that in mind, it's sometimes challenging because separate marketplaces, multiple logins, integrations, sometimes things are getting our way. So that's why we created Fab. Essentially, an ecosystem that unifies all of our content outlets. I'm going to show you a quick video that you may have seen before, but that will establish some of the context. All right, so that's Fab. Essentially everything you can imagine that you could use for building new worlds in one place. Digital marketplace that gives creators a single destination to discover, share, buy, offer for free, and ultimately drive revenue for their content. Okay, so some of the challenges we had to think about when we were building Fab. First of all, between our content outlets and marketplaces, ArtStation Marketplace, some of you, probably all of you know ArtStation as a platform that you can use to share content and share your portfolio, but ArtStation has the marketplace. Sketchfab, similarly for 3D content, but also with marketplace. Unreal Engine Marketplace, more focused on Unreal Engine content, and then Quixel Megascans. So all of this needs to converge with 3 million plus creators. And then we have to create an open ecosystem because all of these creators from all these different ecosystems are bringing different type of content. So how do we build something that has support for all the different content creation tools, all the way from Blender to Unity and Unreal, and how do we establish an open ecosystem that every type of creator feels welcome to? So that's number 2. And number 3, we have to build a thriving creator economy. You've been seeing Epic making large investments in building creator economy supporting tools, and Fab is no different. When Fab goes live, all those tools for marketplaces are going to be built in. So the big question, why would I? I understand why, because I don't have time, I'm busy, but I like the idea of making money while I sleep. That's a good thing. So, because, and there are a few answers, but let me dive in the big ones. The creators on Fab, because Fab is so gonna be so well integrated into Unreal, have access to all the ecosystems that Unreal typically caters to. Games, TV and film, simulation, ArcViz, emerging virtual production world, so forth and so forth. So all the industries at your fingertips in one place. That's kind of good part, right? Here, lower fees. There is nowhere in the ecosystem that you can find where you make on your sales 88%. And guess what? After we launch Fab in mid-October, you're gonna make 100% on every sale till end of the month. So that's exciting. Get started, see how things go. Selling made simple. Usually, selling something involves a lot of time investment. We try to simplify that process a lot with Fab, where you upload content, you have simple few steps to engage with, and then you are off to the races. Process is fast, process is simple, and it's a one spot. Bigger buyer audience. So Sketchfab marketplace and its user base of over 15 million people is one ecosystem. Unreal Engine has different ecosystem. ArtStation has different one. Quixel, of course. So all of this coming into one means bigger audience. Kind of simple math, but how do we accommodate all these folks? We provide multi-engine, multi-platform compatibility. So Fab is an open marketplace, not just for Unreal, not just for one type of content, anything you can think of. And then down the line, we are also going to be integrating Fab in a bunch of different tools through our open APIs, both from the export perspective as well as import. So think of it like this. You build some amazing scene in Blender, you can export it into Fab. You need something brought in your favorite tool of creation, you use Fab API to bring it in. A lot of this will be coming in over the next year. So, big part of it, and question I've been asked twice now, today, this morning, was how do you make it so all this content in one place, how do I find it? How does buyer find my content? That's tricky and took a lot of work, but that's why we've been building, and you've been hearing Fab for a while now, because figuring out how to accommodate search of so many different types and kinds of assets is not easy. We're building and improving this, but in an idea, you will have essentially power search tools, filters, user-generated tag system that supports you to find exactly what you need. And for specific content, like, say, Unreal content, you will be able to go to the Unreal specific channel on Fab and just search for that content, whether that's smart asset, prop set, environment, and so forth. All right, next steps. How do we get started? Yesterday, we announced that Fab publishing portal is now open, and you can, probably in Keynote, if you didn't, it's open, and you can start supplying and submitting your content, becoming a publisher. There are a few steps that you need to take. Just go and create account. If you have any content that is migratable, from Sketchfab or Unreal Engine Marketplace, you can do so in simple steps. And then, obviously, if you don't have anything and you're a new creator, you can start uploading your creation as you create. You can also, as I mentioned, upload game-ready engine content as well as simple 3D content like FBX files. You have to prepare your listing, upload the nice beauty shots, upload 3D viewer for the folks to engage with 3D objects in real time, and select your license, price. That's it. So how many? Like 5 steps, 6 steps? You're good. So fairly simple to get started. The things you have to consider as a seller, I think, are some of the fundamentals, but folks sometimes forget. Stay diverse with your content. Supply as many file formats because, again, you can take advantage of that factor that Fab is the open ecosystem. If somebody comes searching for Blender file and you don't have Blender file, you likely just miss the sale. If somebody comes searching for Unreal and you don't have Unreal file, you miss the sale. So think about you as a buyer, what would make your life easier when it comes to searching for specific type of content. Use common sense, provide quite a few images to showcase your content. Use the 3D viewer, as I mentioned before, to demonstrate how engaging, how well crafted these assets are. And then think about what you as a buyer would like to see in the description of the given file that you are shopping for example. You go on the marketplace today, or you go on Sketchfab or ArtStation, and you need something. I don't know what you're building, but you need a chair. What kind of chair is it? Wooden? Is it rustic? So forth and so forth. So make sure that you spend time and outline all the details that that asset provides for the buyer. Tags help you to achieve some of that, but not just regular tags like chair, wood, and rustic. No, think about conceptual tags, rest, and so forth. Support buyers in a timely manner. I cannot overstate this. It's important for you to build a loyalty towards your content, to engage with your buyers. So if they reach out, they ask a question. Hey, this doesn't work as I expected. Can you tell me how I can make this work? Engage, support, and you will build a following that will hopefully help you scale the business. Stay consistent. Upload often if you can. Update your existing content to keep it fresh, and ultimately try to offer as many different file types as you can. Path to success. So, okay, I've set up an account. I have a bunch of different files I uploaded. What now? What should I think about to grow revenue and while I sleep make not 1 sale, but 100 sales? And yes, people do make 100 sales while they sleep. On the content side, quality. Not the quantity, quality. Quality is what makes you stand out. Create the value that others don't provide. Look at what's available out there. Think about, if I build this environment, this scene, this plugin, this smart asset, does that save somebody a substantial amount of time, resource, and energy? And do I provide something that is unique? Think tactical, like if it's helpful to me, and if it's tons out there, maybe that's not the best time investment. But if it's helpful to me, but is not available out there, maybe it is. Stay consistent. You will notice that I talk about consistency all the time. Every time I engage with the creators, consistency comes up. Like, you cannot build a successful publisher profile and drive growing revenue without being consistent. Formats, diversity, and accessibility. We touched on this. As many formats, as many engine formats and file formats as you can offer, the better you're gonna benefit from the fab marketplace. And then, yeah, seek feedback from buyers. Did something that you build help them? Did it solve specific problems? Then feature that information. Provide that in your description. Say like, okay, so buyer John Doe, I solved X, Y, and Z problem. Maybe this asset is for you. Think about brand. You as a creator, your studio, your content is brand. You are building your brand when you are becoming a seller, and you want it to be memorable and something that people feel that they can engage with and use this in successful manner for their projects. So logotype, they're just branding visuals, name even, you know. Some of you are maybe buying some assets on Marketplace or Sketchfab or ArtStation. You probably remember some names, the folks that you bought more than once from because they are good at what they do. So that's one. Be consistent on, again, consistency. Be consistent on how you showcase your content and previews. So important, right? You cannot have 7 different screaming colors in your preview images. You want it to be standardized. So every time folks see your content, it just feels like they know it. Use social media to establish your follower base. Post on groups, Reddit, social media channels. Promote your work, offer it sometimes for free, just to give people some taste, and essentially establish and grow your follower base that way. Create video content, put it on YouTube, social. Those sometimes do go viral, and they can impact tremendously well to your success. Show your content in action. What can you make with this? And then on social, on public platforms, engage. Pricing. A lot of times I'm asked, okay, if I spend 50 hours creating this one asset, that's magical, it's amazing. How should I price? Obviously, I cannot advise on pricing, but what I can tell you is that price with buyer in your mind, not by how many hours, how many days you spent on building the specific asset. Because if you spend 50 hours, that may be quite expensive and somebody may not pay. But if you price it moderately, where you are essentially giving folks a way to engage with product without too much investment, and you essentially scale that content's performance, you just made way more than what you would have made if you just had 5 sales. We on Fab will be offering professional tier pricing. It's something new, something creators have not seen before. What does that mean? That means that studios, larger buyers, you will be able to offer specific higher, if you choose to, higher price points to. That's amazing, right? Because you now are driving incremental revenue from content that you could not drive before. So, X, Y, and Z brand who has, 500 employees and drives huge revenue should not be paying same as probably a kid who's studying to build some game, right? So feels fair and helps you to support and grow your business. Test, test, and test. With the pricing, the key is to find the sweet spot for your content. I see some nuts, some creators who are here who've done that vigorously, and their success is dependent on figuring out the right price point. Take part in sales events that will be offered on Fab. Black Friday, summer sale. Join in, see how your content performance improves and grows in a rapid manner. Offer one-off sales yourself. So you just released something, you see it's not selling as you expected, maybe offer sale, see how things go. And then you can change the price at any time. And I cannot overstate this. Avoid race to the bottom. That's not helping your peers, your fellow creators. It's essentially something that will drive everyone's revenue down. So with that in mind, if my eloquent presentation inspired you and you want to get started, time is now. Till end of the year, you will be able to drive 100% on every sale, as I mentioned, and we can dive in to Q&A. Thanks.